Two guests today. Hi, Erica Rhodes.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Welcome to Grand Rapids.
Thanks for having me.
Garrett, was everybody nice to her last night in our town?
Yeah, they were very nice to her. Yeah.
I like that because I don't want to be embarrassed about my town.
No, it's a nice town.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, have you been to Michigan?
I have. I've been to Grand Rapids before and had a great time. It
And
was during Art Week.
Oh, you came for Art
Yeah, it was
Prize.
art. Well, no, I wasn't here for that, but it happened to be Art Week.
Yeah,
And so I was like, whoa, it's so artsy here. And everyone was like, nope, just this week.
just a fake. The first year of, you remember the first year of Art Prize?
Yeah, it was insane.
Anything was art the first year of Art Prize.
Really? Like what? Like
A fingerprint on a canvas. Like,
Okay,
just
wait.
any.
I see you that, and I raise you a hanger with a kid's sock on it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm no
wow.
professional, but this is shit. No, this is nice.
You
I'm
just
no.
don't know genius, you know?
Right. I
Don't get it.
know. So where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Boston, which nobody ever thinks. They always think I'm from the Midwest.
Because
They think I'm nice. They're
You
like, oh, she's nice and she sounds like us.
you do have the kind of the sound, but
Oh, hi. How are you?
how are you? How's it going?
Oh, yeah.
We can take one word like dad and make it two syllables.
Yeah,
Dad.
Dad.
So is your family still in Boston? Do you get back there?
No, my mom is now in Florida,
Okay.
Tallahassee.
All
And I
righty.
don't have any family in Boston anymore.
Okay. Well, that was a sad question.
Yeah, that was
then,
really
was it?
sad. My dad died.
They've-
So thanks for bringing it up. Wow.
They perished in a house fire, Michelle. They're all gone.
That also
in
just gave
Boston.
away one of my jokes. So now that
Oh
ruined that.
God, I'm sorry. Where do you live now?
I live in LA, if it's still there.
Were you there were you there
I was
during?
there. I watched Lost all night because I had been sick. And
Yeah.
then I woke up and I felt like I was in the show because the sky was all black and nobody was around. And I thought my building had evacuated. So I went down the hallways saying, is anyone here? Hello?
Oh my
Wow.
God.
And then one of my neighbors was like, Erica?
At least you know them. That was
Woke
nice.
everybody up.
They're
That's
coming out in
really
robes.
funny.
Wow. Was it scary though?
It was 'cause the sky was pitch black, and at first it felt like the fires were really far away. It's like, oh, they're in another area. I'm fine. And then they kept getting closer and closer, and you started to see smoke in the air and everything. But I was kind of in the middle, so I wasn't affected by it. But we were close to being evacuated. We were sort of in a red zone.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It just was. Were you traveling? Did you get to get out? Because you travel all over, right?
Yeah. I didn't have any road dates that week, so I ended up just leaving anyway. I went to the desert, which was really nice. I went to Palm Springs, and then I went to Joshua
Swank.
Tree.
Had you been? Have you been to John? Well, because you live out there, you probably.
Yeah, I've been, but not as much as I like. I love Joshua.
Why? What's
I don't
it?
know. It's just beautiful. You can see the stars. There's just one little diner and a couple thrift stores, and it's relaxing and quaint.
I like it for Garrett.
Yeah.
You are performing this weekend as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Garrett Elzinga.
That's me. Hello.
Garrett. And we were all talking before. Are you into thrifting too?
Not really.
Are
Here's how I
He
thrift.
is
I,
now.
Right. Right.
Here's-
Forget about thrifting.
here's how I thrift. I buy something in 2008 and then keep trying to fit into it. And then it's in my closet. That's how I thrift. Because everything comes into fashion.
True.
But that's what's good about thrifting is you can get something that's cheaper that's like cool now, and
Yeah.
then it won't be cool in a couple weeks.
I think we need to focus on like making whatever we want to be cool.
You're right.
I feel like
That's what
the
thrifting
style
is, yeah.
now. I feel
Yeah.
like Gen Z, they just wear whatever they want.
Or just throw something on 14 layers and
Yeah,
go,
they
look at
wear
me.
weird
Yeah.
shoes and
Fanny packs are back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they layer in a weird way.
900 things.
You know,
But
yeah.
that's not cool though.
Well, not to us, but to them.
But it is.
Yeah.
All
We
the
don't.
rage.
But
just old.
I always say, look at me.
No.
No, I know.
Bitch. No.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a-
Oh, I have to say, bitch.
yeah, you can say bitch.
That I should have known for my other joke.
I had a big weird birthday this year, and I don't care about age. Like I don't care, but
Yeah.
60 though was a dead.
You're 60.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were going to say 50.
No,
Mhm.
60, and it is weird. And when you hear things like, "Oh, the 80s are back," F off with the 80s
Yeah.
being back. Like I still think 1989 was like last week to me. Do you know what I mean? Like when they say
I
the
know.
90s, I pulled out a pair of boots that I wore yesterday, Fry boots. I thought 40 years ago I bought them. And I'm like, I saved.
Whoa.
That's
Yep.
the only thing that fit me were shoes
Seriously.
from saving. But yeah. Okay, we're doing a thrifting segment. I don't know why we've gone down
We're
the
going to
thrifting
decadence later.
decadence here in Grand Rapids. But do you live by yourself? Do you have a significant other? What's your story, Erica? Let's get into you.
I live by myself. I'm
Okay.
very, very single. Yes, come if you're single.
Were you
But
not
creepy.
were you not for a while? I mean, like, is this a recent breakup? Like what?
No, I've just been in bad relationships a long time. I just attract the wrong people and go for psychopaths.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I'm trying to break that cycle.
It's hard because they come on strong in the beginning.
Yes, they lie to you. They say everything you want to hear, and you're like,
Right.
I know you're lying, but this is so fun.
Right.
And then, and then they disappoint you over and over.
I went down the rabbit hole of your joke this morning. The you hate me more than I hate myself more than you hate. That
Oh
is,
yeah, I forgot about that joke.
but it's so true. It's
It
the first
is.
thing that pops up, by the way.
It is.
And yeah, it's like the first thing that pops up is that joke. And
That's
that's
so
on
weird.
Google.
When
Isn't
you
that funny?
Oh, Google.
Oh, when
I
you Google
Googled,
it?
yeah.
I love you more than you love me because I love myself so much, and I'm like, no, you need to love yourself less so that you can love me more.
it's-
The more I hate, gosh, I can't remember my
But
own
it's
joke.
good.
Yeah, I should remember that joke.
Because he's like, you have to love yourself more. And I can
Yeah.
hear a dipstick saying that too.
Yeah, I did date a guy who really said that. He's like, you know what? You need to love yourself more. That way you can love me more.
Oh,
I was like,
Wow.
narcissist.
no. You need to love yourself less because the more I love you, the more I hate. Or no, I need to love you less. 'Cause the more I love you, the more I hate myself for loving someone who loves himself so much.
That's
That's
good.
it, yeah.
But it's an easy follow though when you're doing the joke. And I'm like that. And it's true. I love it when they're
It is.
true.
Yeah,
It's
all my jokes are based in
real.
Yeah.
True.
Unfortunately.
But where, like, is this what's the first time? When did you go, oh, this is what I want to do? When you knew you were funny? Like, were you in school
Well,
or were
I
you
started in radio. I did a Prairie Home Companion, which is a big Midwest show.
I know the Prairie Home
Yeah,
Companion. You
so-
did?
Yeah, I got started when I was 10 on that show.
What? Okay, everybody stop it. Record scratch, stop. What?
Yeah. Oh,
Tell me
now
what
you're
happened.
impressed.
Mhm.
Yeah. Whoa. Just a minute. We're starting over. No. What? Doing what?
So I played Garrison Keillor's Conscience. That was my first role ever. And and Allison Janney was on the show. We shared a dressing room. She
Love
taught
that.
me my first vocal warm up. And then I was just like this little voice, and he had me play his conscience. So I'd say things like, you need to read Moby Dick, or you need to do your income tax return. And
I love that.
and that was my first role, and it did really well. And it was on a compilation that was nominated for a Grammy. And that was my first, that was my first experience with comedy because I never really thought I was funny, and I wasn't trying to be funny in the show.
Which makes it more funny.
And I actually, it's actually funny because when I listen to it, I always try to get back to that mentally. Like, how was I where I just wasn't trying? Like, I was just a kid, not knowing where the laughs were, but I still waited for them,
But that's right. But that's why I'm trying to think of it, not a label, but it's like unassuming. That's what I love about you on stage. You're unassuming.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's like,
Right.
and
Yes, it's more like you come to me, you'll figure it out later or something.
yeah, or you left like that. All day I'm going to be sitting with I hate myself because I love you too much because you're such a dirtbag. Like I'll sit with that. That's a good one.
I like that because I like whenever I watch comedy, I like if I can remember certain things, you
Yeah.
know? Like Garrett has a great joke about how divisive we all are. Can I quote it?
Yeah.
You were like,
You
he
can
was
remember.
like, we're very divisive. And in the back, when I was like, isn't it divisive? And then he goes, or is it divisive? And I was like, did he hear me?
No, see, now
Yeah.
I've worked with people on the radio where you could just say that and they can't just let that sit. They got to go, oh, I get it. Cause that's divisive when you say that. The best
Yeah.
is just letting a joke sit like that.
But I
you
wasn't
laugh
ahead of
later.
it. I was like, I thought I was ahead. That's what
Yeah.
I love about smart jokes is I thought I was ahead of it. Like, whoa, he's saying that wrong. And then he was ahead of it.
Planting seeds.
Yeah,
That's a really
Just-
good one.
That's really funny.
I thought people are divisive, or is it divisive?
yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
Yeah, it's the whole thing about like people have come to me and said like you're really rocking the boat. You need to be less divisive. And then I'm like, and I know half of you right now are like, isn't it pronounced divisive?
Yeah.
And if we can't agree on the word, why would I?
I love it.
I've actually never met anyone who thought it was divisive, but can it be?
Yeah, I've heard it.
I heard it from Obama That's the
Really?
first person I heard say divisive, and
Well,
that was
then it-
like 20, I don't know,
He said
09 or
divisive?
something.
I feel
And
like
it's just
a
like it's like memory hold in my brain.
or a British thing. It's
Oh, it
you're
could
so
be
divisive.
It could be.
Yeah, but that is so funny. Like the concept of divisive and divide is so funny, and I love word jokes.
I
Oh,
do,
yeah.
You know, they make me laugh.
I try not. Now that I'm 60, I try not to correct people.
Yep.
Oh, my mom
Went and gone.
My
is the
mom
worst.
corrects people like
Does
you wouldn't
she?
believe. If you say something's healthy, she'll go, "It's healthful."
Oh
Food.
God.
So it's
Oh,
healthful.
and
then-
that's right.
and
Is that
that's-
correct? I'm sure it is correct if your mom says.
Yeah, food is never healthy because it's what an ad.
Well, healthy is an
adverb,
adjective,
adjective.
but food is a noun. So yeah, she's
Yes,
right.
healthful.
Oh, she's right.
But she will correct people.
Things change.
People,
Things change. It doesn't matter. I say divisive. I say divisive, depending on how I feel that day.
Do you know my biggest pet peeve is so many reality shows where they go, John and I's cat. You're like, you can't make an I possessive.
Yeah. I know English is the only
word
thing
is
that's.
my.
I mean, I was so terrible in math and everything else, but English was my thing.
Yeah.
You know, and not. I mean, but it
Mhm.
was like went and gone. I would have went there. I
would have went there.
I hear people on the Today Show, professionals say, I should have went. Has have
Oh
had
my
past
gosh.
participle, has have had gone, bitches.
I-
Okay, wow.
I
I'm
don't like
getting
when
angry.
people think that I is always correct when they're like, oh, between you or
me.
between you and I is not right.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So that I just kind of cringe.
I always
know.
mess that up because what they taught us in school, a lot of it has to do with like education. So what they taught us was like, it's you and I.
Mhm.
And then we're like, oh, okay. And then we'd say
Always
like,
I.
and it's like, that was what was drilled into our heads. It's just like, you're always going to say the other person, and then you're going to say yourself.
I after E except
Right.
That's
after
the
E
reason.
after I
I
except
see.
after Y, I after E except after C. When two vowels go walking, the second one does the talking.
Didn't learn any
Remember
of
that
this.
one?
Anything that you're saying, I did not learn any of
All
it.
I learned was from my mom correcting me. I didn't really I don't remember school.
Oh, well, that's why.
I had nuns.
That's
We
why.
had nuns. I went to Catholic school. It was heinous.
Yep.
So
Oh, that's
remembering.
rough.
right, I win. I win this argument
Yeah,
by
you
just
win.
saying nuns.
100%.
Nuns.
Mhm.
So Garrett, what's going on in your life now? Are you still with your girlfriend?
I am.
Is that
Yep.
rude to ask?
No, she
No.
came to the show last night.
Yeah, she was
It
there.
was great.
For a long time, you've been together,
Yeah, it's like almost 10 years.
and you live together, and
Whoa,
you're fine
10
with it.
years?
Yeah. Now
Yep.
what would my mother say, who's Italian Catholic? She would say,
Guys get married.
get
Put a ring on
No,
it.
we were we went through the pandemic for 4 years, so it's basically like 60 years of marriage. So it's great. We're
Do you
good.
want to get married or no?
No, we don't. We also don't want kids.
Okay.
So it's like at
You're
that
just happy. You
point,
just want to be happy.
Yeah.
Got it.
and
whatever.
yeah, we've talked about it. We go back and forth, and it's good.
Do you want to have kids? Do you want to get married and
I
have
thought
kids?
so, but it's getting to be too late, I think.
No.
And I don't know. I have friends who are like, "God, this is all I have. Like, I want to get married, want to have kids, and that was their goal. And but then I just always believed in that weird fate thing. Like, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen.
are right.
And it's not happening.
No, I don't mean it like
I don't
that.
blame-
No.
Listen, I have
And
a
it's okay though, but I'm not sad about it. I'm just like, oh, like
Okay.
I'm kind of at peace with whatever happens.
I have one son, and I was hoping he's 36 and he's married. Oh my God, I get the coolest daughter-in-law on the face of this planet. She's cool.
Oh, that's
I
so
dated her
lucky.
dad years ago. Long story.
Whoa.
Yeah, years ago.
Wow.
Before it was her dad, before he was her dad, we were in high school and I
Oh,
had a big
that's
crush.
cute.
We're standing at the wedding going, our kids are getting married. Can you believe it? Anyway.
Things that happen in Grand Rapids.
Right.
Yeah.
Only in Grand Rapids.
Small town.
I was living in New York at the time. What are you guys talking? No, I'm kidding. I was here. But I won't say, are you having kids? They've been married since 2017 because whatever makes them happy. What I think the only reason I feel like it would be good, not for me being a gay mother, that's not that. That would be
Yeah.
cool, but I don't care about that. I got enough. I got dogs. I got enough thing.
I know.
I think he would be a good dad, and I think he would really enjoy it. But it's not for me to say, so it's tough. But that's the
Yeah,
only
I've-
thing.
I've been told that also. Like you'd be a
You
great
would be a
dad.
You
good
would be a good
dad.
dad. I feel the same way, but that's
Yeah.
not. And you would be a mother who corrects. No,
I
no.
don't know
You'd
that
be
I'd be a good mom. I think I would be similar to my mom and like, oops, forgot to pick up the kids.
It happens. I've left my son
That's
places.
hilarious.
My mom,
left
one
him.
time I said to my mom, it just seems like a huge sacrifice to have kids. And she goes, oh, I didn't make any.
Wow.
And I go, and that turned out great.
Yeah, thanks. This is how
And
I'm
you created a comedian.
I'm standing on stage spilling my heart.
This weekend, I cannot wait to just like see if we can keep one-upping, like, because all
Our
morning
parents
when we
know,
got
it's like,
coffee,
yeah.
we've been like talking about our parents.
I
This
know,
is gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna. That's
No.
our goal is to do some parent.
You guys, I want in. I want in because I have Italian Catholic. My mom's
Oh.
88, my dad's 91, and everybody's like,
there's
Wow.
"You're so lucky." It's been a good run. I got news for you. I've said everything there's to say to my dad. He was the most fun guy. He is a grumpy dipstick right now. He's so grumpy right now, and I'm like, "We're done. We're done, Dad." But no, but oh my God, the Catholic, the whole if we're gonna, you think you got it
My
bad.
mom's
My
very religious too, but in like she's kind of religious in her own way. She's not Catholic,
Right.
but she does go to church a lot.
passive
Does
aggression.
Oh yes, the guilt.
God.
They are good at guilt trips.
Totally. I got
Yeah.
divorced and my son was 2 and he was sitting on the floor. My mom walks through the room and goes, "Poor Mason," and keeps walking.
Oh, what does that even mean?
Because he's going to have to grow up with divorce. Yeah. Or you guys
That
guard. Yeah. Oh, poor Mason. I'm like, "Ma," I scooped him up and left. And my dad's like, "You got to," anyway. Yeah. So I want in on that, the next coffee.
That's good.
What's the best thing you've done so far in comedy? Like your best, you go, "Okay, this is cool. I get."
Well, I am proud of both my albums. Like
Very cool.
I feel like my album Sad Lemon and my album Ladybug, I put a lot of work into, and I'm proud of all the jokes. And yeah, I'm just kind of proud of both of those, how they came out.
I love that.
Yeah. And I like when it's something you're like, I just did it. It wasn't like a big fancy thing or big production. It's just my jokes.
You did it. Yeah. And you had it
I wrote all
produced.
of them, and yeah.
Do you like help with the production of that, or do you hire somebody to do that? Or do you sit in and go, "Here," like, how does that?
I think my manager just hired the recording production people and
company.
Yeah.
First time you were on stage, though, your first time you performed, other than the radio thing.
Do you mean stand up?
Stand up.
Stand up.
Oh, why? Wait a minute. Do you sing? What else? What do you mean? What else is there on stage?
I performed my whole life, so I did ballet. I did some acting as a kid, and then I did like theater. I went to theater school.
Do you go? I love that. Do you go on auditions right now still?
Yeah.
For things?
Yeah. I'll let you know.
Okay. But I mean, do you freak out though at audition? Because now you can send in stuff for audition, but do you still show up, stand on the X and audition? And what's that like?
They all do. It's all send in now. You tape it in your living room, or you ask your friend who has a production company in his living room. And then you just tape it and send it in, and nobody sees it.
But your first stand up on stage.
Oh, stand up.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No, I brought it. We are. I did. I said that, but now I'm bringing back.
Yeah, no, stand up. My first open mic ever was a nightmare. It was actually a date with a comedian, and I had told him during the date that I wanted to try stand up. And he's like, "Why don't you try it tonight? We'll go to an open mic." And then he wrote me a couple of jokes that were in his voice, and I told them and just ate it.
Wow.
And afterwards he just goes, "Well, that didn't go as well as I expected." And then he tried to kiss me. Like, I was
that story.
so confused by it. And then I would go to all of his shows, and I remember I watched his audition for Montreal Just for Laughs, which is like the big, new faces thing. I remember watching him kind of stuck up to the producers and everything, and I was just kind of totally on the outskirts. And then years later, I got Just for Laughs, and I remember like I had flashbacks in my head of just me being like watching him and having no idea what was going on. And then way later, and then I ran into him years later, and he was like, "I have a question. You started stand up because of me, right?"
I both love and hate this story at the same time.
What?
I love this story so much, but I hate that. What a narcissistic turd.
It was in spite of you,
Yeah.
because I actually quit. I never did an open mic for a year after that.
I wish, what if
traumatized.
you'd have gotten up and been funnier than him? Like, well, you are funnier than him now. What a loser. But, God, we all hate on him.
Yeah, I didn't date him that long, so he didn't really break my heart or anything.
Okay.
He was just some guy, But
Right.
it was meant to be that I think it was meant to be that I was hanging around comedy, and I ended up starting then. But it was a false start because it took me a year.
A false start.
A year to get back on stage.
Flag on the
And
play.
I had signed with a manager who repped Maria Bamford.
Yeah.
And I wrote in my subject line, "I'm a young Maria Bamford," but it was before I even had done any stand-up. So he was like, I don't see it, but you're funny.
Um,
And then fast forward years later, I get, compared to her all the time, which
I do. I see it.
I don't compare myself. I just did it
I
in
see
that
it.
one subject line.
Yeah. Oh, that's
'cause
funny.
I don't think we're similar at all, but yet that's how I got his attention. And then he repped me. But he repped me as an actress. And then I tried and then he said, you should try stand up. And I did it again. And I kind of did a little better, but I had reenacted a bad audition and I was singing and doing all sorts of weird stuff. And I posted it on my Facebook, and my manager was like, you need to take that down immediately. Like, why are you posting your first open mic? And
it's
Yeah.
funny, or it's
it was the beginning of
was the
like
beginning.
everyone was doing that. I
Yeah.
mean, I had clips up there for
well, I
years
think it
and
was
took 'em
before
down.
that even. Nobody was really posting their clips.
you're cutting.
Oh
edge
no,
then.
I mean like
Social media.
yeah, like
yeah.
beginning of social media.
That's
so
true.
Garrett,
like,
when was your first time on stage? Was it here in Grand Rapids?
yeah, it was at my high school talent show. It was 2006.
You just jumped into a talent show?
You
Yeah.
did a stand up at a talent show.
5.5 minutes.
That's so
2006.
Get out.
And then the next week was at Dr. Grin's.
Whoa.
Yeah.
in high school, you did an open mic at Dr.
Yeah.
Grin's.
Wait,
Yeah.
so how many
Baller.
years ago was that?
I think I'm entering year 19. In April, it's 19 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to get out of Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
I
gotta
know.
get out.
I know.
Hey,
I need
Money.
money. I need money
do
to
get
get
it.
out of here.
You'll get it.
Yeah.
I do. You will.
I'm not
love.
just really quick. To
Yeah.
say like Eric and I have been talking about not forcing things or whatever,
Yeah.
so like letting it happen. And
Yes.
it's like in 2020, I was like getting headline work, and then the pandemic happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I know any opportunity that comes along, I'll be ready.
Your online clips are fire. What you choose to
Yes.
post is fire. And so
Thanks.
for me, that's how everybody's getting discovered now. That's how Messi, Lola Young, that's how all these songs are getting these clips, and
By
that's
the way,
the way.
Garrett is the reason I have so many followers, because he edits my clips too.
That is true.
He edits all my clips.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
he runs all of my social media.
No,
you're
that's not true. I don't
Well,
I don't do your Facebook or your Twitter or
Well,
your
Facebook,
YouTube.
Twitter are dead.
Right. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say the stuff that
Sometimes
matters.
he takes over Instagram if I need a break, but then
Yep.
he also edits all my clips and makes them look good, and he's really good at that.
So if we need to find you outside of here, where can we find you? Where can we follow you and find you outside of this fantastic show? Garrett,
That's a
tell us.
smooth transition.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
yeah, that's your clips. Okay, so where?
Where can we see those clips?
That was bad, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Funny.
But I'm thinking she's bringing up social. Where
Yeah,
do we
no, that
find-
made sense. It's just Erica Rhodes on Instagram. I would say follow Instagram, because that's where I post the most stand up, and I post all my dates. And then my website is ericarhodescomedy.com,
And we'll put all the
and I
links.
put my road dates on there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And Garrett, where can we find you?
Just the same thing. Instagram, Garrett Elzinga, GERRIT, and then Elzinga is ELZINGA.
I feel like we could go on. I feel like we could do this for like an hour.
Me too.
I
It's
know
so
I love you guys. It's
easy.
Yeah.
fun. I know.
Yeah. Well, this is
I
like how the
know.
show is. It's just
True.
See?
This is how cool it is.
Join. They'll be at Dr. Grin's all
Are
weekend.
you gonna come?
Join. I'll be in town this weekend.
Yeah, come to
You should go.
Saturday.
Okay.
Saturday early. That'll probably be the best one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
what-
so.
I love that you're thinking Saturday early because Saturday late's gonna blow, and then
Yeah.
Saturday.
Late shows are always a little hit or miss, but
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming in today.
thanks for
having
us.
us.
This was fun.
Good.
Was fun.
All right. Oh, wait. Ooh, end record.